Yesterday I was listening to a program on CBC radio about Canada's healthcare system and the waiting list for hip replacements and knee replacements. The story was about a 60-year-old woman who suffered from osteoarthritis, and by the time she was 60, she was very active previously. She did go to the gym and did yoga and walked a lot, right? Very active life. Then at 60, her hips and knees started hurting so badly because of the osteoarthritis, and the waiting list for a hip replacement is 3 years in Canada, and some people can't wait that long, right? But what struck me, the lady eventually ended up going to Lithuania and got her hip replacement, successful hip replacement, for 20,000 Canadian dollars, which is achievable for the average person, considering, right, the investment, if you can alleviate your pain and get your life back. But I was wondering about the fact, why does every retiree, and this seems to be mostly women that suffer with this osteoarthritis, because when we go through menopause and as women, when we go through menopause, through the hormonal change, our body starts dumping massive amounts of calcium out of the bones and into the bloodstream, and that's when we get these issues of brittle bones, cardio issues, the arterial sclerosis, the arterial plaque, cataracts, because all of these massive amounts of calcium have no place to go. And the disturbing part about this, when I was listening to the program, is, does every woman have to look forward in her retirement to a hip replacement and knee replacement and shoulder surgeries? Is that the future of every woman heading towards menopause and retirement? And I thought, that's a pretty dismal outlook. And the way I think of things is, wait a minute, that's not a normal process for the body to break down in this way. And if this is the future for every aging woman, it's a bleak future. And where we have to make financial investments in, taking care of our hip surgery and in our retirement years, there has to be another solution to this. Our bodies don't just break down like that. So my question has been, is there something else that is less expensive that we can do to avoid this retirement surprise, this financial surprise, and the agony, and the waiting time? And I can't say yet for sure that this is the solution, but I am 57 now. I'm not 60 yet, so I don't know what I'll be like at 60. But back at 50, I was beginning to feel severe gout in my feet and severe shoulder pain. I wasn't able to lift my arm up past my elbow without severe pain, and that was at 50. I hadn't even fully hit menopause yet, right? So my hormones were still fluctuating. But I started to get these aches at 50, and I thought, man, what can I do? And at this rate, I'll be in a wheelchair before long. And then one day I came across a YouTube video that was talking about the borax cure, right? And it's a laundry booster. 20 Mule Team Borax is a laundry booster powder in the laundry aisle in your grocery store. And I thought, well, what have I got to lose? I did a little bit of research, and I found some reputable PDFs where this borax solution was researched and studied. And the PDF, I think, was called The Borax Conspiracy by Walter Last. And I don't necessarily call everything a conspiracy. It's just that, some things we just don't know about. It's not necessarily always intentionally suppressed. But anyways, I decided to try borax. And you have to highly dilute a teaspoon of the borax powder in a quart size jar of filtered water or distilled water. You mix that up well, and then I started out with 1 teaspoon from that liquid, added it to my morning juice, and within 3 weeks I noticed that all my pain had subsided. And I've been taking this borax for the last 7 years, every single day, without any side effects. There are warnings online that it'll cause kidney disease or kidney failure and all kinds of complications. But of course, it's always tied to the dosage, right? If you eat the borax powder by the spoonful, you might have fatal consequences, fatal side effects from it. You should never eat borax by the spoonful. Always dilute it according to how I mentioned here. So anyways, I thought that's not even costing a penny a day, and I did combine my borax use eventually with a capsule of magnesium along with it, because borax and magnesium and calcium work together. They are companion minerals, and magnesium is kind of meant to offset calcium, balance out the calcium. But without the borax, without the boron, I use borax, but there is boron for human consumption. Without the borax, those two minerals cannot work optimally, because borax is the transporter mineral that will help metabolize the magnesium and calcium more efficiently, right? Get it into the bloodstream instead of have all the calcium end up in your soft tissue where it causes inflammation in your body. So I started taking borax and magnesium. I eat plenty of dairy and other things, so I have plenty of calcium. I don't need to supplement that. But after 3 weeks, all my pain was gone. So like I said, for less than a penny a day, you may be able to prevent your arthritis, right? And borax also helps balance those hormones that go out of kilter during menopause. So there's a lot of benefits to be had, but I was just wanting to talk about this, that maybe we don't have to put aside a medical fund for our retirement to get a hip replacement. Maybe we can prevent needing a knee surgery or a hip replacement in the first place by supplementing with a little bit of borax every day along with magnesium. I have felt so good in the last 7 years. I don't have any aches and pains anywhere. Like I said, I'm not 60 yet, but I felt that pain at 50, and borax has really taken care of that. I can run and jump, and my knees, I have fallen onto my knees a few times where I thought, oh God, that should have split my kneecap, but my bones are so strong. Even my teeth, the ones that I have left, are strong. They're tight, whereas before I had always loose teeth and bleeding gums, and they would fall out on me. So it seems borax has done a whole lot of good for me. So just a little tip out there for those who may not have a retirement fund for a future hip replacement. Consider implementing this cheap, inexpensive, affordable remedy that might take care of your body and your osteoarthritis. I hope this helps. You have a fantastic day.